Hello and welcome to McKesson Idea Share Radio at McKesson Idea Share 2024 in New Orleans. My name is Vanessa, and I'm not only a pharmacist with almost 2 decades of retail under my belt, I'm also part of the marketing team that helps our Health Mart independent pharmacies. Today, we are talking about a very valuable resource to our pharmacies, the pharmacy technician. They are a vital member of the business, and we're going to talk about how investing in their growth can have a profound impact on pharmacy. Today, I have a special co-host with me, Brittany Hoffman-Eubanks. She leads the charge for all our technician training solutions and is the director of the ASHP ACPE Accredited program. Brittany, thanks for being here today. How are you?
I'm doing great, Vanessa. Thanks so much for having me, and it's my pleasure to introduce our guests today. I have with us Jennifer Metcalf, pharmacist and owner from Hayden Pharmacy, and also Hannah Johnson, a certified pharmacy technician from Hayden Pharmacy as well. Both of them have firsthand experience with Health Mart solutions and the return on investment for when you level up your pharmacy technicians. And plus, both are finalists for this year's Health Mart Pharmacy of the Year Award. Welcome, congratulations, and we're super excited to have you.
We're excited to be here.
So excited. It's been crazy. It's been a fun experience.
Hannah, you have such a bubbly personality, and everybody is just loving hearing your giggle across the show floor.
Thank you. You hear it a lot.
So we do. Jenny, how do you feel the role of a pharmacy technician has changed over the years?
It has changed so much because the profession of pharmacy has evolved so much. And with it evolving in that way, we rely on technicians so much more. And fortunately, in Alabama, the laws have allowed us and regulations have allowed us to utilize our technicians more, whether it's with vaccinations, they're able to help us with outcomes and equip. So that helps us so much more. And they're underutilized really for all of that. But I've got 2 technicians that are certified to give vaccinations, and especially during COVID, that was just a godsend to us because we couldn't have done it by ourselves, just with a single pharmacist with the demand.
So with all the things that they can do now, what do you feel like seeing in your 2 pharmacies and maybe with some other pharmacists you've talked to, what's the most underutilized capability that our technicians have now?
I think it's with participating in outcomes and equip and calling patients, and there's some that only the pharmacist can do, and then there's a lot that the technicians can do ahead of time to help us do things faster and more efficiently. Also, in Alabama, they can help do the wellness screenings under the supervision of a pharmacist. So those are 2 things that I really think we should expand on and use that help that's there, because they're well equipped to do that with the training that Health Mart University helps provide us.
So if you were going to give another tip to an owner that had quite a few techs and they felt like they were drowning, what would you tell them to do?
Go on Health Mart University, look at the training. That will prepare the technicians to be able to help you do your job much more efficiently, and you can spend more time with your patients in doing so.
So, Jenny, tell us as an owner, what tools and resources have helped you with empowering your pharmacy technicians?
Definitely Health Mart University. There's also the technician letter that's in there that they can look and learn different things. And it's a new edition every month that they can look at. So there's so much training in there, the specialized training, just expanding their roles, immunization, all of that. It's like a just unlimited resource for the technicians to be able to access from anywhere. So
Yeah.
That's just the best resource we have.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Can you give us an example of how it's helped your operations in the pharmacy?
Mainly with the vaccines. When we have, 6 people waiting in the pharmacy to get a vaccine, I've got 2 technicians plus a pharmacist that can give those, and we can get through it so much faster. The other patients aren't waiting for their medications. So it just really helps decrease wait times, which makes me feel not so like underwater sometimes.
It can also help us take a load off of them. They have a lot on their plate just as we do. and we're able to jump in and help them. If we have a waiter that is just came out of surgery, husband's in the car, needs to get home as fast as they can, husband's ready to get in the bed while she is checking that script. If she's already reviewed everything and has, given me the write-off on it, I can just hop up there, and the next patient who also wants to get home, I can just give them that vaccine and get them out the door, and everybody's happy. Everybody goes home happy, and it helps us all do some good teamwork.
So Hannah, almost 5 years as a technician.
Yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And baby number 3 on the
Baby
way.
number 3.
Oh.
We're so excited. Okay, cry. My emotions are
She's
all
really
over.
emotional right now.
They are. They are all over the place. I've cried so many times on Jenny the past couple of days.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you end up becoming a technician?
So I have a 6-year-old son, and then I have a daughter who's turning 5 in August. And right after I had her, I had a family friend who worked for Miss Jenny, and she kept telling me all through my pregnancy, we're hiring as a clerk, and this is the best place to work for. They're so sweet. They're so sweet. You should really apply. And I worked at daycare at the time. My mom owned one. And my mom was coming to an end. She was ready to retire and keep mine for me so I could go to work. And so I went in and put in an application. They called me back, and I remember walking in there, and I remember our manager's first words were, "Are you nervous?" And I was like, "Absolutely." She's like, "Don't be. It's fabulous here. We're all friends." So I will go ahead and say, if you hear me say my friends, it's my coworkers. I don't see them as coworkers. I see them as friends and family, because that's what we are. And I left there feeling so confident. I still had the baby weight, and I didn't feel confident, but I left there confident in my outfit and, the job. Miss Angie, our manager, called me back, and I'd gotten the job, and I was so excited to go back to work. This was the first time I'd really worked in the public. I'd worked in a hospital before, but I was younger. Didn't really take it for granted as much. So first time actually getting out in the public and working, and they took me right in. Within a month of being there, our PIC had approached me with an opportunity and said they needed another tech. Would I be interested in becoming a tech? Again, I had never set foot in a pharmacy, so I didn't know everything, but this is an opportunity. I can grow here. So I jumped on it and I got it. Love it. I have loved it since. Since then, during COVID, we got the certification through Health Mart to give vaccines. Last year, I took a little step further and pushed myself and got my certification. That's exciting. I love that. And since then, I think we're just all one big team and push each other. I've pushed a coworker of 11 years. She also came from being a clerk, and I've pushed her, and she just got certified about 2 months ago.
How has being certified, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Love your story. How has being certified helped you?
It really expands your knowledge. So, when you get into those certification classes, they teach you things that but you don't know in detail how you know it. So it really gives me an opportunity to learn how the medication works, but I can also learn how hospitals do their IV drips or medications. That's stuff that I don't normally have to encounter, but within doing the classes, I have learned how to encounter that stuff. And so it's fun to also find another tech, and they may work in hospital, and I can have that conversation with them because I got a little bit of an idea. Not much, but a little bit.
So would you say it's really helped your confidence when you're encountering patients
Absolutely.
working day to day?
Absolutely.
That's great. What have you found most valuable in all the things you've learned, whether from Health Mart or just in your day to day?
So I love taking the vaccine refresher course yearly. Especially when it comes around flu shot season, when you're not using it every day, especially during the summer. I'm kind of getting that summer mindset, and a little bit of the information may slip your mind. So if you enroll in that refresher course, I'm going to touch base on all of it. And I appreciate that. I need it.
So it helps you get ready for flu season. coming up gives you all the tools you need.
Yes.
And I saw that you are enrolled in all our technician specialty courses.
I am.
In all of them.
I am.
Which one are you most excited about?
Um,
We have the CLIA, the front end.
Probably the vaccine one again. That's the area that I'm the most uncomfortable in. Uncomfortable as in like I don't know every bit of that information off the top of my head. And I am the type that I want to know it and I want to know it all and I want to be able to answer that question. And so I think I could grow in that area. And so that one is what I'm most excited for. Now, Miss Jenny always pushes us, and I appreciate that. I love to grow.
He has a goal of being Pharmacy Technician of the Year.
All right. I like that goal.
I always try to find some goal to work
She
towards.
did make Employee of the Month once, and she went out and made her own shirt. Employee of the Month. So she's got big goals, and I'm all for it. I will do whatever I can to get her to help her achieve that goal. So she is going all out, going all specialty.
All right. Well, I'm going to call you up and see how it's been going after you take that technician
You did that.
specialty
I'll
course.
talk your ear off, too.
I'm all for it. Brittany, she talked about the specialty courses. Can you tell us a little bit more about those?
Yeah, the specialty courses, so the technician specialist courses are available in Health Mart University, and they were specifically designed and tailored to help expand the knowledge and the skill set of our pharmacy technicians. As you guys have said numerous times here, it's really important to have well-trained technicians for not only the safety, but the efficiency within a pharmacy. And as a pharmacist myself, can just relate at the pharmacy does not run without our technicians. So crucial. But the goal was really to help advance the technician role and help them elevate the role of the technician in the pharmacy. As Jenny said earlier, the role of the tech is taking on more and more as time goes by, especially with COVID. And we wanted to be able to help our pharmacies be able to expand their role, advance their professional capabilities, and free up some additional time for the pharmacists to focus on patient care services. So we talked about the vaccine coordinator, technician specialist training, but we also have inventory management, front end, CLIA training, as well as even a preceptor course as well for technicians that want to help out with training future technicians within the pharmacy.
Wow. Those are a lot of cool courses.
Yeah, really excited to bring it to the pharmacies this year. And we're really excited for the opportunities that it'll help with the pharmacies for expanding that role of technicians.
Yeah, I would have definitely used some of those with my techs when I was still working in the pharmacy for sure.
Inventory management one, because they really try hard with that. So I'm anxious for all of the technicians to take that course just to help them even do a better job than what they're doing. But they're really in tune on our inventory and watching it and managing it. So that helps me so much too, for the technicians to have that knowledge.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Management.
We talked yesterday in the general session about profitability, and inventory is so important and just in time and the perpetual inventory. So there's some really great content in there, and I'm really pleased to hear that it's been really helpful.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's so much easier to have them do it throughout the day rather than you close your gate, you lock your doors, and then you've got to turn around and work on it for 30 minutes before you got to go home. So
And we had our software vendor, Liberty, put on our label, label that we put on the back of the prescriptions, what our current inventory level is for that particular drug. So as they're counting it, they can eyeball that and say, oh, is this right or is this wrong? Do we need to check this one drug? So they could see it every single time they count something. So that's a help to us and helps the technician to look at the inventory in real time as they're doing it each time.
yeah, inventory is a big one for sure.
It's
Yeah.
big. Yeah. Takes up a lot.
So Hannah talked about going from being a clerk to a technician. Do we have anything that can help?
We absolutely do. So, Health Mart has two entry-level technician training solutions. They're affordable and flexible, that are designed to help independent community pharmacies train new technicians as well as meet state regulatory requirements. So, those are Health Mart Basic and our ASHP ACPE accredited training program.
What's the difference between those two?
It's a great question. So, some states require a nationally accredited training program, and ASHP, ACP is the organization that provides that. But the accredited program meets the regulatory standard and the quality standards that are required of an accredited program. So, our Health Mart Basic offering or solution is turnkey, it's flexible, it's self paced, and an online didactic training where they can use that, fit it into the pharmacy however it's best going to fit their needs, along with their state requirements. Our accredited technician training program does require a rigorous application and approval process, but it does have more of those additional training pieces worked in, such as practical experience, simulations, in addition to the online didactic portion, and it's preceptor guided. So it's a little bit more focused on a little bit more of a robust program that requires a preceptor to come in, where our Health Mart Basic can be used very turnkey, flexible in the pharmacy.
So more of a hands-on with the accredited program versus being able to take the course at your own pace with the basic.
Yes, absolutely.
We're using that right now, training a new technician for ourselves. So
How's that going?
it's going really well. Going really well. Chloe, yes. Yeah, she's doing a really good job at that. And it's been about a month that we've been training her, and it's really helping so much. It is.
I love that.
We don't have to go outside of Health Mart University to find a training program, because the state of Alabama, we have to have that training program. They have to complete it within 6 months. They have a 6 months grace period once they get their registration, and they have to complete that program in that time to be a registered technician. So
Yeah, and you bring up a great point too, that every state's a little bit different in terms of what their requirements are. And so what I love is that we have a solution no matter where you are to help take care of you, whether you need that basic training or that accredited training. We're able to take care of our customers and meet them where they're at in whatever training program that they need. The other great thing about the training programs as well is that once a student passes it, they automatically meet the eligibility requirements to sit for the National Board Certification for Pharmacy Technicians. So either PTCB or the ACCEPT exam, which a lot of our customers come and tell me regularly that that's really important. Sometimes the technicians, when they're first starting, they may be working in the pharmacy, getting that training, but they don't necessarily feel ready to sit for the board certification. And a lot of times that's part of the state requirement. So there can be that anxiety of sitting for that exam and making sure that they pass. But one of the great things about our program is that it does really prepare our technician students very well to feel confident and successfully sit and pass for the exam as well.
I have sat with Chloe a couple of times as she's doing our training. I have sat with her a couple of times while she's doing the courses. And there was stuff on there. I was like, Chloe, that's on the certification. Like, I think you'll be confident enough that when you leave or get done with this course, you can take the test. Like, you will be ready. That was stuff that I didn't encounter until I was ready for my certification test. And she's encountering it now, and she's doing fantastic at it.
And that's our ultimate goal, is to get her certified too, because now in Alabama, if we have 2 certified techs, a pharmacist can supervise 4 technicians at one time. It used to just be 3. If there was a certified, there could be 3. Now, if there's 2 certifieds present, we can supervise 4 at a time, which helps us so much more, because they can be doing vaccinations, they can be doing outcomes, they can be doing a wellness screening while the pharmacist is counseling patients. It just frees up so much more time. So all of those programs are allowing us to have more time and more flexibility with our patients and our technicians. So I think it's all great programs to have.
Yeah, that's great. Didn't even realize that it would actually affect the ratio and the operations from a state perspective.
Yes.
So
And I
that
know all states are different, but that's just a new thing for Alabama, which really helps us.
frees up a lot more of your time. I bet you're
Yeah.
excited about that.
It also gives one tech more time to focus on inventory. We could have one tech
It's true.
during the day to pull that inventory spreadsheet out and get to work again to help a pharmacist.
Well, Hannah, you've been 5 years in this role. You went from a clerk to a technician. We're giving COVID shots during the pandemic. What's a piece of advice you would give somebody else who's thinking about becoming a technician?
I would probably say never settle. There's always room for growth. There's always so much more you can learn, you can do. And so I'd say never settle. And that really goes for anybody. Never settle and find a job you love. I love my job. I love my friends. They're more like family to me now. And so I know I can count on them just as much as I can my family, and that's important to me. So again, never settle. Find something you love, go for it, and give it the best you can. It really pays off, and it's very rewarding at the end. Being a tech is also rewarding. Just being in the healthcare, you see your patients, at their best, and sometimes at their worst, and we want to get them from their worst to their best. And I'm proud to say that we're there to help them get there.
I love my employees. They're so great.
And we love her. She takes care of us, and she's constantly pushing us. If I'm not enrolled on something in Health Mart, I can be sure that when I check my email, Jenny's probably enrolled me in about 5 things, which I greatly appreciate. If she sees me standing still, she knows that I can be doing something more and something better. So she's pushing me, and I love it.
Jenny, what is one piece of advice that you would give an owner that is thinking about doing any of these courses, or just might feel like, what could I be doing more with my staff?
There are just so many things available on Health Mart University to help make your job easier. And it's all with your techs. And just focusing on the immunizations, the inventory management, all of that. Getting your techs certified. That will free up so much more of your time. It'll help your cash flow with inventory management. So many things. And it's all right there in Health Mart University. You just have to take advantage of it. Most of it is absolutely free. I mean, it's a win-win situation. So take advantage of Health Mart University's training programs, is what I can say.
Well, I love hearing y'all's story. It just makes me miss working behind the counter. I think that you guys are emulating a lot of why people like coming to community pharmacies, because you hear the giggles and the laughter and the friendships that are developed behind the counter, and you just show it to your community as well. So I really appreciate you guys coming and sharing your story. And Hannah, good luck with the rest of your pregnancy.
Thank you.
And good luck. We can't wait to hear tonight the final results. Brittany, thank you for being here with me. Really appreciate you telling us about all the solutions there.
My pleasure.
And this is McKesson IdeaShare Radio, your source for pharmacy innovation and inspiration. So stay informed, stay engaged, and keep sharing your ideas. Until next time, keep up the great work.